day, everyone. This is Patrick from EasyFX Code Trading System, and it's Saturday, the 26th of March, 2022, and it's the weekly technical analysis for the euro, the cable, and the Aussie dollar for the 5th week of March. Let's begin with the euro, where we see a lot of consolidation for last week after retesting the swing low here. And that was the resistance zone at the 111.21, and it has drifted down below the 110 round figure and centering around the 110 and still finding support at the 138 fib at 109.79 area, or around 80. So nothing much happening last week due to lack of news, no fundamental drivers there. But this week also, there's also no Eurozone news. It's just there will be some impact from the US non-farm payroll report on Friday, and a couple other US news as well for next week. But for now, it's still respecting these resistance and support levels. We take a look at the 4-hour time frame, you can see, yes, it's just consolidating and ranging for most of the week. We go to the weekly time frame. Yeah, after the recovery the previous week and retest of the swing low, it has just consolidated in a fairly narrow range of only 105 pips or so. So it's going to be a tough time for this week to follow, and it's operating with Harami now. So we'll see if this is a signal to break down lower or recover back higher. But for now, it's just a small consolidation. So still the same resistance zone for next week, and if it does break out higher, there's this 112 area at the 78.6 retracement or 78.6 level. Support is still at the 138, and below that is the 109, here the 162 fib extension. Okay, so unfortunately it's just sitting down here, and it needs to break out one way or the other. This is going to prove to be strong resistance again. And if it does break down, this is going to be support. So all coming back to the 110 area. All right. So yeah, this only impact will be from the US side. So we'll see how the US dollar and the US dollar index, DXY, corresponds to the movement for last week. Okay. Well, here's the US dollar index, DXY. And the last week has just been slowly grinding its way up, trying to approach the 99.00 level after finding support from the 38 fib retracement back down from the highs and bounce off from the 98.00. and there was lack of news impetus from last week, and likewise for this week until this Friday's non-farm payroll for April. Non-farm payroll report. There are also a couple other news before that, but that's will be the major one coming up. And I think I can move this FIB higher up now as well, and that's aligned to the 162 up here now. Okay, and this retracement FIB is still valid. That's the swing high, and pull back into the 38 FIB. So resistance is still there at 99.44. Let's take a look on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, this is for the whole of last week, and it's been basically consolidating and just ranging. That's in a fairly tight range here. So just consolidating in here. So yeah, on the daily time frame. So that's only in a 60 pip range or so. So it's trying to climb up higher, and there's not much fundamental drivers until next month, until the new month, coming to the last week of the month now. So it's been consolidating with this, looks like a trend line. That's a downtrend line. The support is still around at the 98 and perhaps even at the 38 FIB. So it's in a big descending triangle. Okay, so we'll see whether it's able to break out higher next week or just consolidate further as it consolidates into this descending triangle. So it could go down lower to the 98 level again. Otherwise, it needs to break out higher and then above the 99. Okay. All right, so let's head back to the other pairs. All right, let's move on to the cable. And looks like a similar story as the euro, where it did manage to climb back up above this swing low and break back above the 132.00 to retest, and this reached the 78.6 FIB level, which is actually just a 21 FIB retracement, but it also retested the 133.00 on Wednesday. Nice bounce on the Tuesday, but then return all the way back down to this swing low again on the Thursday, and just a narrow consolidation, narrow range day on Friday. Take a look on the 4-hour time frame. Did try to test the 00, but I think it missed by just a few pips, by 1.3 pips from a shooting star, and then rejected all the way back down to the 4-hour 55. EMA. And that was already a known resistance zone. Go back to the daily time frame and let's check out the weekly time frame as well. And it formed a spinning top, almost a doji for the week, and let's retest the 786 fib, drop back below the swing low and just close just above it. Can remove this for now. Okay, so the last line of defense was at the 130 and managed to bounce all the way back up to 133. And now just hovering just below the 132. So for now, it's looks like it's narrowing into a consolidation, soon to be either a rectangle here or triangle. But yeah, it's for now it's not dropping lower, so that's good. Otherwise, these extensions, fib extensions, will be the next target. And also no major news from the UK as well as the euro, so only exposure to non-farm payroll report this coming Friday and a couple of other US news. Okay, let's move on to the Aussie dollar. And for the Aussie, which is breaking out higher again after finding support from the 62 fib, which is actually a 38 fib or a 62 fib retracement from below. It has already extended past and then pulled back down into the 62 fib again and blasted through to the 162 fib. So this is a 100% move here of this move down. So that's a strong recovery back up higher into the resistance zone, and which is right at the top of the bullish channel as well. Yep. So this resistance was breached, and it did reach to this major resistance zone above that. So we'll see if this turns into support. This levels here is the major support also. Let's remove this one, as well as this trend line. So also move, let's just shade this zone as well. And we should add the 75.00. It should be a major round figure resistance, and now it's closed just above that. Okay, so we'll see if this week it's closed on Friday as a spinning top, almost a doji, whether this momentum has faded, and it could mean a pullback and retracement back down. We'll see if this lower channel trend line will hold, and that's around the 138 fib, 74.50 area, right near this swing high. Okay, let's take this one out and just add this as a potential support level. Okay. So no major news as well from the Australian economy, and also exposure to the non-farm payroll report. And we'll see whether the commodities that's driving these Aussie pairs higher, whether it's going to fade off and lose some momentum, because now it's at a major resistance level now. And maybe I might add just slightly above that, there's also this 76.00. Just above that, we take a look at the weekly time frame, and that's where this wicks, upper wicks are. So this is the current swing high that is finding some resistance, and the next one will be at the 76.00 area. Okay. So I think there's still some legs to go, but it needs to pull back and then attempt to bounce off again. All right, so do check out my other videos on spot gold and dollar yen. Have a safe week and a good trading week, and cheers for now.